Thank you so much for joining me this evening. We're going to do a roughly around a 10-minute body scan this evening. So firstly, just take a little moment to just arrive where we are. We've carved out some time in your evening just for you to practice here today. So for this body scan, you can find a comfortable position. Feel free to if you're listening on your phone or laptop, you can place that wherever. If you want to lie down, get really comfortable. And when you're ready, you can lower your gaze or close your eyes if that feels comfortable to do so. And let's just take a big breath in together. In through the nose and sigh out the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. You can keep taking those deep breaths at your own pace and just taking a little moment to arrive in your practice, putting aside the busyness of the day and finding some time to settle in and notice your body. So we're going to start with the top of our head and work our way down. So throughout this, there's no right or wrong. We're simply just bringing an awareness to those different parts of the body as we move through them and just noticing what is there without judgment. So starting with the very top of our heads, what kind of sensations, what are you feeling? There might be a kind of lingering headache from the day. Maybe you can feel a bit of a cold draft on the top of your head. There might be some pressure there. Just taking a moment just to put a spotlight onto that area and notice what's there. And then coming down into our face, noticing where we might have any tension, perhaps around the forehead, around our brow. And there's no need to change anything if you notice that there is some tension there. You can just notice where it is. Perhaps you're holding some tension in your jaw or feeling the coolness of the air as you breathe in and out. And you might feel your kind of face muscles holding a smile. Noticing your eyelids feeling heavy if they're closed. And just continuing to let the breath guide you as you, just with curiosity, explore what kind of sensations you're feeling. And moving down to our chest. Here, quite often we can feel a kind of rising and falling with the breath. Noticing what temperature, if there's any pressure. Perhaps you can feel the weight of your clothes. And remembering that there's no right or wrong way to feel. This practice is all just about just being curious and just using our attention to notice things without judgment. And that's a practice that we can apply to lots of different areas of life. Just noticing what's there without judging, without bringing any additional thoughts. And then moving down into our abdomen, into our bellies, and all sorts of sensations we might feel here. We might have just eaten, we might be hungry. And again, you might feel the rise and fall of the breath. And we might have more thoughts or associations with this area. And that's okay. As humans, we're full of thoughts, full of judgments and assumptions. But we can just let them pass and just bring the practice of bringing in awareness and just noticing. And then moving down into our hips, we might feel the weight of our seat on a chair. Might feel some tension from muscles here working about our day. Just noticing. Just using the breath to bring that awareness. And like a stage spotlight, just zooming in, noticing what comes up. Moving down into the tops of our legs and our thighs. And what's coming up here? What sort of sensations? What temperatures? Pressure? There might be some aching or pain. And we can just try and notice that. And then following the body down into our knees, to our lower legs and calves. What kind of curiosity can we bring here? And finally, shifting down to the soles of our feet and our toes. And just get really curious. What kind of temperatures? Where can you feel pressure? Is it the balls of your feet or perhaps into the heel? Maybe you feel a sense of cool around your arch if that's rising for you. Or perhaps some moisture here as well. Just taking a moment to notice that sensation. Really connect with your body. And then we're going to start to expand that spotlight and zoom out. So from our toes, bringing awareness into our toes and our lower body, coming back into the legs too. And then bringing an awareness into our lower body, toes, and now into our stomach. And just letting that spotlight grow and letting your concentration just soften a little as you start to bring your awareness back into your whole body, rising up into your chest. Into our faces, into our tops of our heads. And taking some re-energizing breaths. Might to sigh. And then, if it feels right, you can invite a little bit of movement to start to bring yourself back into the present moment. Again, we can still use that practice of just noticing what's coming up. Maybe certain areas feel that they need to move after being still and concentrated. And when you're ready, you can take one final breath. And then gently open your eyes. Look around your room. Take back in the surroundings. And come back into the present moment.